Uh, you are now witnessing the 21st interview on the English Corner podcast. You know who it is. I am your host, the legend Todd Finney himself. In the building with me, I got a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome former professional boxer. He's a two-time champion. He has a black belt in karate. Owen, what the heck, Beck? Owen, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, brother. Just here taking it one day at a time, living life, loving life, and at the moment, just trying to help people to restore their system, restore themselves from, all this mess that's going on in the world today.
Mhm. All right. So I like.
So I joined the health and wellness business so I can do that. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm one of my main priority beside my gym and my fighters right now. I try to make sure I keep everybody straight.
All right. Okay, like I said, before we get started and like before we get into the questions, I want to appreciate you taking your time out your day to do this interview. It's much appreciated. All right.
No worries, man. No problem.
All right. Okay, like what are you up to today? Like what's been going
well,
on with your day so far?
today's a chill day. Today's a keep bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Normally go to church and
Mm-hmm.
all that good stuff. And basically getting ready to take my son out. He plays t-ball. My youngest, who's 6 years old, he plays t-ball. So I'm getting ready to take him out here and start hitting some ball and some little bit of stuff because they're pretty much in the in the tournament right now. So if they
Okay.
win today and if they win tomorrow on Tuesday, they basically will play Thursday for the championship.
Okay. All right. Sounds good, man. Much success, and much success to your son and everything that he does. All right. So,
Yeah. Then
yeah.
and then yesterday, I forgot about this. Yesterday, I was in West Virginia. Take my son up, my mid son up there for basketball camp. You know, so that went pretty good yesterday as well. So yeah, I'm staying busy, man.
That's what it is, man. Like it's good. It's good to stay busy, man. Keep your hands in a little bit of everything for sure.
Absolutely.
All right. All right. So you was born in Jamaica, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about your childhood, like growing up.
Man, most of my childhood I can't remember because one of the things is, my dad left me in a bus, in the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. So I don't know if he left me there to die or something, but I was a young man, and young, around the age of my son right now, and I pretty much find my way around where I needed to be, where I needed to go. Um, just try to survive life. Got into a boxing gym and played every other contact sports, run track and field, all that good stuff. So I did all the right things just to make life possible for me. So all the doubts, could have turned into something positive.
All right. So you said you got started into boxing. Like where did you get started into boxing at? Was it Jamaica? Was it the U.S.? Like where did you get started at?
My shot started pretty much in Jamaica.
Okay.
It started in Jamaica, so Jamaica was where everything went, and then from there to England, then England to the States.
Wow. So a lot of traveling as a young man.
A lot of traveling, man. A lot of traveling. I pretty much traveled the world, so um, in amateurs, you get a chance to travel, get a chance to see different places, different countries, fight for different titles and championships.
Mhm.
I did get a chance to do all that, and I did extremely well. I believe, um, knowing that I've always seen gold medals.
Okay.
A few silver, or yeah, a few silver and
Mhm.
possibly one bronze.
Okay. So like in your amateur career, you had about like 70 plus fights. So like how were you so successful as an amateur? 70 something wins is a lot of wins. So like what made you so great as an amateur?
It was a lot more than 70 something that we put on there when I started, because I couldn't find my books and all that stuff. But I have way over 100 fights,
Oh,
you know, and but it takes a lot of work, dedication. I've always just think, for all the people that put me down and said I wouldn't be this, be nothing. I'm just a stray kid who's going to end up die before I'm 16 years old, and the story to die before an 18-year-old. I had to prove them wrong.
mm-hmm.
So my goal was to make sure, everything that I'm doing, people can love and respect it, and respect me, show me love, try to help me out every possibly way to get to the next point. And Lennox Lewis was one of those guys. But I've never said much about it. But Lennox Lewis was one of them guys. Johnny Nelson, who's a cruiserweight champion, also in England, was also another person, and Dave Caldwell, who was a flyweight, I'd say, from England as well. So those guys was a big asset in my life, um, you know, and
Yeah.
back up to help me.
Okay. So like when you first got word that you was turning pro, like to be where you're from Jamaica, like you said, you was basically on your own, as a boy. Like how was that experience when you first got word that you was turning pro, and like how did you celebrate it?
Well, I'll tell you what, I put it like this. I was in a family. I worked for a family that, very family orientated. And, they've seen a lot in me. And
Mm-hmm.
they put a lot into me. If I needed time to go somewhere, I would go do whatever, come back and I'd have my job, you know, and from there to management, and Richard Wallace is his name, you know, and they just invested all their time, and Richard invested a lot of time into my career that I needed, for someone to do. And from there on, like I said, the Lennox Lewis, the John Nelson, those guys come in and just made a huge impact,
Mm-hmm.
when I needed it the most.
Mm-hmm. So like when you turned pro, you had about 20 something wins that you won straight. So like when you had all those wins, did you feel like you was on top of the world?
I felt like I was on top of the world,
All right.
but there was still some doubts there. There was still some doubts there, but
Okay.
those doubts was just, you know, something saying, "Hey, I'm there, but I'm not quite there yet."
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
so there's still some work left to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then pretty much just get ahead of myself, and at one point, and you know,
All right.
something else happened.
Okay. All right. And so you were signed with Don King. I've interviewed a couple of different fighters. Some had good things to say, some had bad things to say. But like you signed with Don King, like when did you sign with him, and like were you with him until the very end of your career?
Yeah, I was with him halfway through the beginning and all the way and to the end.
Okay.
You know, um, yeah, we can all sit here and blame Don King for everything. Yes, he's a good guy. He's also a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we can all sit here and blame Don King for all the things that we've done, and or what he have done to us. Pretty much, yes, I got a lot to say, and I'm not gonna go out there and dog him out. Say he has never done nothing, or he take me for all these millions and all. But the thing about it is, I look at it today and said I forgave him. The thing is, I should have stand up more for myself and have better responsibility that I needed. I needed better people around me to help me to guide my money, guide everything, guide my career, and guide my time that was invested there.
Mhm. All right.
So I just can't sit here and just throw everything out at Don King.
Okay.
And most of us gonna do that. Most of us gonna do that.
Mhm.
Yourself is your own enemy.
Right. All right.
And if you really don't look out for yourself, then the man gonna stick it to you.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Okay. So like, what do you think? What do you think about him and like Bob Arab? Still doing their thing, still going strong, promoting fights in the '90s.
Them guys, man, they did their thing, and I I admire them. I admire them, and
Mhm.
pretty much, Cedric, apart from Don King, the only yeah, about Don King, Bob Cedric Kushner was the other show, the other person I represented. Well, I didn't represent him, but I fought one of his fighter back
Mhm.
then. And then I think there was I can't remember where this guy was from, Andy Zwiski. I ended up did some of his shows in South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina.
Mhm.
Um, those guys, they tried.
Mhm.
Cedric Kushner, man, he was there. He was there, and he was also I think could probably possibly had signed me before Don King did, but you know, because I was beating all their undefeated fighters. Their top prospects that they have. I end up beat them guys, and
Yeah.
Don
Mhm.
King was the one that basically just say, hey, it started here. Let's, when you came from England, let's do it. And then we contact Sport Network, which is Frank Warren in England, and did the transaction right there.
Mhm. Yeah, salute to the guys, man. Like to be in the '90s and still, promoting fights. That's a serious passion right there. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So, one of my recent interviews with Alonzo Big Zo Butler. I know he was signed with Don King as well. He fought out of Tennessee. Did you guys ever like try to fight or like spar or anything of that nature?
Oh, we sparred. We sparred a lot.
Okay.
Zoe and I call him Zoe, Big Zoe. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Zoe and I been friends, man.
Mm.
Um, with Alonzo, you can never tell.
Mm.
Who's gonna show up,
Okay.
when he's gonna show up, and how he's gonna show up.
Mm.
I try to help him. I try to help him in the beginning to get things going,
Mm.
and give him some friendly ideas and friendly thoughts of what I think and how we should do things.
Mm.
Um, you know, when you're a young fighter, you really don't listen too well.
Mm.
The Larry Holmes, the Muhammad Ali, the Ernest Shavers, these guys, tell me some of the same things. And did I listen?
Mm.
Um, George Foreman gave me something, and he gave me at the end, right? Right when it's coming to the end with Don, George Foreman had give me something positive to hold on to, but I believe it was just too late at the time. So
Mm. Okay.
which things could have been good, things could have changed, but
Right.
I
Yeah.
didn't take the critics too well. You know what I mean?
Okay. So like, what were y'all sparring sessions like?
Alonzo, man, it was
Yeah.
great. It was good
Okay.
sparring, man. We had sparring.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he tells a better story than I do on.
Okay. All right.
Like when I first came here from England. So
All right.
I let him. I normally let him tell that part of the story because
All right.
I
Okay.
don't feel like it. I need to tell that part of the story. So,
All right.
but we had some good sparring, man.
All
Great
right.
sparring.
Good.
Um, I got much love and respect for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
All right.
it's just a matter, of him listening. You know what I mean? And like I
Mm-hmm.
say, when we are young
Mm-hmm.
and we sign with a powerful promoter like Don King,
Mm-hmm.
we don't listen to anybody too well on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot blame myself for my situation, or and could have showed somebody something a little bit different because I know better than what I did.
Right. So you fought a lot of big names. I'm gonna just throw some out there. You fought Manuel Char, you fought Arthur Spilka, Tony Thompson, you fought Deontay Wilder. Like everybody that you've been in the ring with, or even sparred with, like who would you say was your toughest opponent in the ring and in spar?
The only my toughest opponent,
Mm,
my most challenging opponent, had to be Monty Barrett.
okay. All right.
Monty Barrett was my first loss, and that was the loss that sent me somewhere. Take me to a place.
Mm,
I mean, that fight take me. Monty Barrett fight take me to a place I didn't want it to be. Just
okay.
say it like that.
Mm,
And with the experience and the rounds that we did, the rounds
okay.
we went, man, it was just different. It was just
Okay.
different.
Mm,
Um, it was a good thing, like spawn with Lennox Lewis,
mm,
you know, or Mike Tyson, who was a powerhouse.
right.
Layman Brewster was a powerhouse. I seen Rockman, you know,
Mm,
Chris Bird, who people didn't who who was underrated. Chris Bird was more of a power than what anybody think. He was fast and he's quick and he's flashy,
okay.
but Chris Bird was hit a lot harder than you think. And
Okay.
I've done hundreds of rounds with
Okay.
Chris Bird.
Wow.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? So I know what it's like, man.
So Chris Bird was like the toughest one in sparring.
uh, yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
All right. So,
And between Chris Bird and Larry Donald.
okay. All right. And like, so you fought Deontay Wilder. Like, was he the hardest puncher that you ever faced?
Nope,
Okay. All
nope.
right. All right. So like he just took he just lost last weekend to Zelly Zong. Like, what did you think about like what do you think was going in his head at the moment? Because like he spun around and said something to the ref. I didn't see a foul or anything, but like, what do you think was going through his head in that moment?
I didn't actually see that fight, man. I promise.
Okay,
I didn't see that fight,
okay,
but from what I can take, from what I seen on clips,
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking he probably looking like, okay, this is probably what I did to Owen Beck when I was coming up,
Right,
you know. But what he did was dirty,
mm-hmm.
and it happened right there in his hometown,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it hurted me so bad. It hurt me so bad. I end up decided I wasn't gonna step back out because the penny, the 2 penny they was paying me for that fight
Okay,
didn't worth getting elbowed or getting to a war,
okay,
in Alabama.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm not here to start any war.
Right.
I'm here as a competitor, as an athlete. I'm gonna give you the best fight you can possibly have,
Mm,
and it's either me or you. I just want to see how it's gonna be. You can see it in the Monty fight, see
mm,
it in the Ray Austin fight when they gave Ray Austin my title in
mm,
Cleveland, Ohio. Pretty
mm,
much the same thing,
mm.
And then we went back to Russia with me and my man not thinking of his name now. Who
Okay.
lives in Chicago,
Okay. Mm,
and but it was just kind of crazy.
okay. Yeah, no, I've interviewed fighters when I'm from Maryland. I interview fighters, they just say like sometimes after losses they don't react well. It could be one of the darkest places in their life, but like it's all about the comeback, though. You know what I mean? It's all about the comeback. But
It is my like I said, my darkest comeback is definitely the Monty fight.
okay.
That fight, man, I was right there in the spotlight,
Mm,
ready to hit the scene like it should,
right.
and even the Value fight was nothing in comparison to the Monty fight because I didn't think Value added either. I mean, I didn't think nothing of him.
Mm,
Just like I didn't think nothing of Ray Austin, but Ray
mm,
Austin, stand there for 12 rounds and
mm,
give me a good fight,
right.
and you just have to accept it like it is.
Right. Uh, so since you lived in Tennessee for such a long time, rest in peace to the Frankie Randall. Did you ever get a chance to do some work with him like before he stopped fighting? And, like, what was that experience like?
But Frankie Randall when he was trying to come back, he was in camp with us in Ohio, in Orwell, Ohio. And so Don King still got a hold of him, and he came back to Ohio, and we had some good times there, and come back to Tennessee, which Morristown is like 45 minutes away from where I'm at now in Kentucky. So I went and tried to visit him one time and didn't find him, and from there on to found out he was dead. So
Mm,
uh, it was just sad, man. It was just
right.
sad.
Yeah.
We had some good times in camp. Oliver McCall when he tried to make a comeback as well.
Mm,
Same thing. Oh God, I'm talking about everybody.
yeah.
Oliver
Yeah.
McCall. Oliver
Right.
McCall.
Yeah. So,
Just
yeah.
talking about the name, I had some great work with Oliver. First time I sparred with Oliver was in North Carolina.
Mm,
And I'm telling you something, he is devastated. He still has some devastated punch. I don't care how bad off he was
mm,
on anything, drugs or whatever,
mm.
that man could hit.
So he definitely had his the experience working with a lot of different spiders, man. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, like since you are from Jamaica, we've had some good fighters from Jamaica. You got Trevor Berbick, he's beat Ali. You got Glenn Johnson, who put down Roy Jones. Was there any like specific Jamaican fighter that you like really watching or try to learn from?
Well, yeah, I would say Mike McCollum.
Okay.
Mike McCollum because he
Mm,
was just he
mm,
was just something special.
okay.
And I remember going to the CAC games, and the manager of the team at the time started bragging and said, "Oh man, my McCollum gonna have a problem with you because you just crushed his record." And
Mm,
I'm like, "Huh? What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, my McCollum was a bronze medalist in this game, and you're a silver medalist. Should have been a goal because you got robbed against the Cuban."
right.
And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't
Mm,
know. I'm a heavyweight. I mean, we're talking about heavyweight and middleweight,
right.
two different weight class here.
Mm,
So But I met McCollum and we had good talk, especially when I had the title in Atlantic City.
Mm.
That was night for Chris Bird and Holyfield.
Okay.
The same night I had that vacant WBA,
Okay.
Federal Heavyweight title. So
Mm.
that was something, man.
All right. Yeah, I gotta yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you something about Atlantic City in the next couple of questions. But so like tell us about like when you first opened up your boxing gym. Like tell us like where it's at. Give us all the details with your boxing gym.
Okay, so my gym, when I started here in Middlesbrough, Kentucky,
Okay.
where I live at. And,
Mm.
there wasn't not much, but it was like a karate dojo and a boxing gym.
Mm.
And at the time, I think when I started that, I was a brown belt in Ishinro Karate. You know, they started me as a brown belt actually, because I was a black belt in Taekwondo
Mm.
before.
Wow.
So I couldn't fight in the same level as a white belt.
Okay.
So in competition, I started out as a brown belt, which kata and everything comes in, weapon
Mm.
katas and all that stuff comes in with the
Mm.
same as a brown belt. I did pretty good, a bunch of
Mm.
first place in all tournaments.
Okay.
Um, get a chance to compete against some of the grandmasters
Mm.
and the masters in the competition,
Mm.
you know, and they make it known this man need to put a black belt on because
Mm.
he's not even at a brown belt level either.
Mm.
If he's giving us this problem as grandmasters or
Mm.
masters, he needs to be wearing a black belt. So when I did put that black belt on, it was a lot. It was a lot to face,
Okay.
which I went through the process and it was good.
All right.
You know.
Uh,
But
yeah. So I'm
but
gonna definitely get into. Mhm.
but we come back to the gym now. So like I said, the gym, I started the gym there and pretty much end up with about 18 Golden Gloves champions
Shoot.
and two Silver Gloves champion, which I had a junior that was ranked in the country and a female boxer that was ranked in the country. So
Mm.
you know, so I think I did pretty well just teaching these young athletes coming up and try to put the gym out there more than like it should. But I mean, we're still going at it.
Mm.
I'm doing a show. I'm having a boxing show July 13th inside the Tennessee
Mm.
Gap, you know, the Cumberland Gap, Tennessee. So you come, it's like you go right and you drive down into the Gap, and it's like a little, all nice businesses, everything down there, everything that anybody would want for
Mm.
like a vacation.
Mm.
Like me and my wife go there. We go there as a mini vacation.
Mm.
So it's like 2 minutes across the border
Okay.
line because they border with three states. We border with Tennessee, Virginia, and Kentucky. So we border
Mm.
with three states.
All right.
And we'll go over there into the Gap to just go have a little mini vacation.
Mm.
So I do my show down there, right in the Gap, right in the middle of town. And everybody has just got to go around everything.
Okay.
Nice, nice little place.
Okay. Yeah. Like salute to you for that. Like so. Like, do you have a lot of amateur boxers?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
a
Wow. Oh, that's awesome, man. Like.
lot of new kids right now too.
Mm.
So
All right.
uh, just do my best with them. Try to get them ready for competition.
Okay.
Um, still trying to get sponsors. Cause that's one of the toughest thing to get
Okay.
here.
Mm.
People look and say, oh, he's Owen Beck. He's a former world champion. I mean, why are we giving him money?
Right. Yeah, right,
they putting something in my pocket.
right, right. Yeah, but salute to you, man. Salute to you, open up the gym and getting it going. Having a lot of fighters, man. That's awesome. Yeah. So yeah, my next question is: I know you were speaking on your son earlier. Boxing has a lot of corruption on all levels. It's a lot of PEDs. You got fights. Referees are stopping fights early. You got judges giving the decision to the wrong fighter. Is boxing a sport that you would want your son to get involved in?
No,
Okay. All right.
no.
All right.
I have a son. My oldest son plays soccer.
Okay.
He's a professional soccer player. My middle son, he is a basketball player. He
All right.
played football. I think he would go to any university playing football right now, but
Mm,
I guess the doctors, messed it all up. So he found a
mm,
new passion, which is basketball.
okay.
So that's where we went yesterday, basketball camp. So
Mm,
I'm looking for more camps to get him to go to before the summer ends, and before
mm,
they start back school and all that. But he's in the gym, or we try to get the school or the coach, the basketball coach, to get him in the gym
mm,
to do boxing, because boxing is the best workout you
mm.
can ever get. If you get in shape in boxing, everything else is easy.
Right.
And I know that for a fact.
Okay.
You're still gonna need your car, your road work.
Mm,
Hey, that's fine. But
mm,
boxing is the best cardio you can get. Boxing is the best fitness, best agility, anything you're looking for, or any
right.
sport you're doing. Boxing is the key to all that.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. We had one workout a few weeks ago, before the summer holiday started. I also hold a fundraiser for them, for the boys basketball team here inside the Gap as well. So I was doing jerk chicken and all that good stuff, those. Here's some Jamaican food, man.
Right.
so,
Right.
um, so I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen here next, man. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, but salute to your sons, staying involved, with sports. So I watched your interview that you had, and you said like when you was fighting in Atlantic City, you had like a love hate type relationship. Like now, I've been to a lot of big fights in Atlantic City. I've been to a ton of them. Like tell us about that experience, with your love hate relationship in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Yeah, that crowd is the hardest crowd to please, man.
Mm,
And I tell everybody like it is the hardest crowd to please. 1 minute you've been loved, the next minute you've been booed.
mm,
You know, it happened when I fought Therese Sykes. Uh, who was that fighting in Atlantic City? Manuel Char.
right.
All those guys.
Mm,
A couple Brazilians. That crowd is not a good crowd. It's the best crowd. They're the
mm,
best crowd, and also the worst crowd and the worst
mm,
crowd.
mm,
But you gotta love them. You gotta love them. If they see something they like or they love, they got you.
mm,
And if you're doing something wrong, they're gonna disagree. They disagree with you big time.
yeah.
And you have to understand when you're in Atlantic City, you're doing good. Continuously do it, because
Right.
the minute you fade, it's over.
Gotcha.
The crowd is through with you.
Right.
And I figured it out when back, like I said, back on the Cedric Kushner, what was the heavyweight explosion. That's where I experienced that, and I'm like, wow, that
Mm,
is just crazy. That is just
right.
crazy. But at the same time, I did love it because Atlantic City, it's a good place to be, man. It's a
Right.
good place to fight at.
Mm,
You know, um, between Atlantic Atlantic City, Vegas, and New York. I think Atlantic City and Vegas would basically come in as my number one picks for
Okay.
championship.
All right. Yeah, like I said, I've been to a lot of fights in Atlantic City. So like when the crowd is booing you, does it actually get to you when you're in the fight?
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
gets you because you're like, oh man, they was just loving me
Right.
for the
Right.
heck. You know. So
Right.
I gotta turn this thing around.
Right.
I gotta change this thing. So now, it's either you're gonna give them what they want or just die. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's like a do and die thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either you do it or die.
Right.
But when you're there and they showing you that love, keep it up. Stay
Right.
continue to do it. I don't
Right.
care how gassed you are, how bad you feel, how
Mm-hmm.
tired you are. Hey,
Right.
there's something else. There's something there. There's tired and there's fatigue. I'd rather be fatigued when I get done because tiredness, I done past that stage. So when I chip that second gear in, hey
Mm-hmm.
crowd, hey, let me hear you. Come on,
Right.
continue to show me that love because you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing what you want.
Right.
I'm doing what you want to see.
Right.
So, fighters just gotta be ready for Atlantic City, man. Fighters gotta
Right.
be just ready for them.
All right.
Um, just do it. Just do it. Don't hold back.
All right. All
Don't
right.
play. Don't play. None. Just go at it.
Right. Right.
There's tomorrow.
Right.
You find out there's no tomorrow. Oh yeah, there is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know what? I'm gonna give everything. Cause I got the rest of the night when the last bell ring. I got the rest of tonight to rest and whenever till I fight again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give it all.
Right. All right. Yes, I said, man, Atlantic City is like the spot that I go to the most. I've been to a fight in Atlantic City earlier this year, last year. So I've been to a ton of them. So I know what you're talking about. So, all right. So like, you spoke about, being, having belts in karate. Like, did you get involved in karate, like when you started boxing, or was it like after or before? Like, what was that? Like, what was the timeline between karate and boxing?
Well, I did have a little army time
Mm-hmm.
back in Jamaica, so karate
Okay.
started there. And I come here when I came to the States. I just finally, well, my lawyer at the time here, he's actually a master now,
Okay.
and I got into his dojo. You know, put up a bag in there, all that stuff, and yeah, I was doing my boxing workout in there,
Okay.
and I'm like, man, I might as well just get into karate. So I
Okay.
just started learning something different, something new,
Okay.
And then there was actually two dojo in one. So you have Vision Rule and Shaolin, you
Mm-hmm.
know, karate. So I did just go ahead and just say, you know what, since we're friends, we're buddies, hey, let's go with this. So I started it, and everything comes in naturally because I had that taekwondo background before,
Mm-hmm.
and also things just start falling in place,
Mm-hmm.
and I've just seen some guys who was good, man, but their health wasn't the best,
Right.
and I kind of figure out at some point I gotta try help these guys to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I was doing boxing or I was finding the right products to help them with, you know, I tried everything, man, and watch guys just faded after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
just I just found a passion for it, man, and just went on to first degree, second degree, and just kind of take a break because I got more involved with USA boxing,
Mm,
and not only just a boxing coach or a gym owner, but I'm
mm,
also officiating as well.
mm.
You So I'm refing and judging, coaching, and on the gym.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So
just
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely a man of many talents, man. Boxer, different belts in karate, man. Definitely a man of many talents, man, for sure.
yeah.
So yeah. So like, what is something that your boxing fans don't know about
That I found a new passion, which is health,
you? Okay. Right.
health and wellness.
Right.
So I went from one of the things that they didn't know, or most people didn't know about all the concussion and the brain trauma.
Mm,
That has changed completely over the last my 4 years.
mm,
A friend of mine before he died, moving to another state, another city in Canada. He
mm.
messaged me about some stuff, and I'm like, healthy stuff, and he's like, yeah. So I started off on the health path, and my wife, we went ahead and check out everything that he sent me, and I'm like, I want to join.
Mm.
I want to join this business.
Right.
I just don't want to be a customer. I want to join this because it
Okay.
seems like there's something here to help everybody,
Right.
you know, and especially those people who can't remember nothing, those athletes who can't remember nothing. I'm not just going to say just boxers,
Right.
but there's a lot of, athletes in contact sport who can't remember what they did, what they ate this morning
Mm.
for
Right.
breakfast.
Okay.
You know, and I
Mm.
just figure, hey, if I go to the health department, something with bring back the cognitive functioning,
Okay.
you know, we need to do that. Fight oxidative stress. A lot of
Right.
people don't know what oxidative stress is.
Right.
Long people don't know about longevity, all
Right.
that good stuff. So those are the things that I try to to tell people today and
Okay.
said, this is my new love, this is my new passion. I find something here to help
Mm.
you guys to look younger, feel great, feel better.
All
You
right.
know, you're
Mm.
feeling lousy and crappy. Hey, I got something to make you feel better.
All right.
You know, I got the water. I'm drinking the best water that money can buy right now.
Mm. All right.
You know, I'm
Mm.
drinking like 7 to 8 liters of water a day,
Ah.
going through all that. So yeah, I do stay in the bathroom a lot because you got to go get all that bad stuff out of your body.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So the
Yeah.
point is stay healthy right now and try to help others to do the same.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely something. Yeah. That's definitely something to, stay into, especially, when you get older. Health is a must. So many old people, with so many disabilities, can't take care of themselves. So like, salute to you. Like, you have a website as well that like where you're selling different stuff, right?
Well, I don't have a website set up yet.
Okay.
I don't have a website set up yet.
Okay.
I've been planning to set it up, but yeah, I do have. I have one which is Owen Beck .livemanage.com that
Right.
basically shows the product, shows everything, shows my family, and
Okay.
shows the things we have there. You know, and for the company that I'm in, I try to make sure I introduce people to what I do there then, and,
Mm.
and then I tell them about
Right.
the
Right.
kind of water that I drink. So I don't try to just give it out
All
out
right.
there. I
All right.
want them to say, hey, I want you to show me. I want to see what you're doing.
Right.
And it's we've done a few YouTube videos. It's out there. My head coach is Ron Oliver out of Canada.
Okay.
And so stuff is there that we've done, and we're doing. We had a few podcasts that we did
Mm-hmm.
as well. So I'm
Okay.
kind of getting more familiar now with with doing stuff on podcasts and just trying to introduce people to what's good and what's coming and how should they look at life and their health right now.
Yeah, I watched that podcast, and salute to Ron Oliver. So yeah, I got a few more questions, and then we can close it out. So like since you are living in Kentucky right now, I recently did an interview with heavyweight boxer Timothy Moulton. Have you ever seen Timothy Moulton work? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I remember him from the amateurs. He fought one of my guys.
Wow.
they
Okay. Wow.
had a war.
Right.
They had a war.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Like I said, man, you know a lot of boxers. You fought a lot of boxers. You sparred a lot of boxers. So like, salute to you for everything, man. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So another question. Tyson Fury and Usyk, they just fought for undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. It was the first undisputed fight in like 24 years. Like since Usyk moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight, did you think that he would be the guy to be on top of the heavyweight division right now?
No,
Okay.
didn't expect it. Didn't expect it to be personally.
Right.
You know, um, Tyson Fury, like I said, he is in Europe, and I've known that European style better than most, if anybody can think. I left Jamaica, went to England, had a good European style, came here, and I guess Don King didn't like it that much, so we ended
Mm-hmm.
up changing that point.
Mm-hmm.
Turning into something that I wasn't. You know, but I didn't expect that fight to turn the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm a Tyson Fury fan. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
huge fan. I love his move, love his style of fighting. Um, a lot of time I say, he just needs to be a little bit more humble, and not just throwing things out there the way he does.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just some people's style. That's just some people's style of, building something just like, you have
Mm-hmm. Right.
uh, young men out there a YouTuber out there building himself,
Mm-hmm.
calling out Mike Tyson,
Right.
you know, so all that good stuff. And I'm like, man, I've seen quite a few fights. I've seen Fraser Kendall stuff on Facebook. I've seen, who else? Somebody else did something. Roy Jones, said
Right.
something. I
Right.
seen that, and I'm like, you know what? I need to just let it be known. Hey,
Right.
let me take him on. Let me take this guy on because I want to show them the new and improved and the young Owen Beck, not the
All right.
48 Owen Beck,
All
but
right.
a 48 Owen Beck at
Uh-huh.
22
Okay. All
because
right.
that's where I'm at right now. I'm back in my youth. So
Okay.
yes, I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. So I might just go ahead and just start run my mouth as well. Said
Okay.
I want him. Let me take him.
All right. So you're trying to make it like a little comeback? 'Cause
I mean, we had a conversation, me and Ron, and because I, you know, try to talk to Roy into, checking out what we're doing and all that stuff,
Mhm.
and talk to Roy about possibly have a comeback, uh, in, exhibition or something.
Right.
But I wanted to try to do something, probably at the end of summer or, you know, later on down the road. But I want
Okay.
to try to do something this year,
Okay.
you know, dip my
Yeah.
foot back in the water and show people that, you can be young again. You
Right.
can not
Yeah.
only feel it, but you can
Mhm.
also be it. Cause
Right.
that's where I'm at in as an anti-aging, uh, consultant now.
Right. Yeah. And I
Or a health
I
trainer.
okay. And I met Roy Jones, earlier this year. So like salute to Roy Jones, like whatever fight that you're trying to get, man. I hope you get it for sure.
Well,
All
I
right.
tried to call him yesterday. I didn't get him. Friday, I tried to call him on Friday. I didn't get him. So just hoping he probably try to call me back or I shoot my text and
Mm,
you know say listen up. I know you want this guy, but let me take it.
right.
Let me take it so everybody can see the young Owen Beck again.
All right. All right. Uh,
Or the young the heck Beck.
all right. Yeah, with that back. All right. All right. So last question, we can close it out. It's not boxing related at all. Since you done, like a lot of different karate and stuff, is there any actor that you actually like seeing on screen like that do karate?
Oh,
Any one of your favorites? Any particular actor that you like watching and do karate? Any movies?
well, I was definitely a Bruce Lee fan. I was totally a
Okay.
Bruce Lee fan.
Okay.
Totally, Chuck Norris. I love Chuck Norris as well.
Right.
Um, God, what's his name? He's an actor. I do love Jackie Chan as well, but no, he does movies. God. Mm.
There's so many actors, man. So
He did. He played in quite a few movies, man. He was in a couple of Tyler Perry's movies. Um, crap. My brain
I,
froze to that. But there's quite a few guys out there that I do like to see
right.
now. And like I said, oh, I wish my wife could have helped me out with who that was.
Right.
He's in Medea. He's in a couple of Medea's movie.
Okay.
Uh, he was in also in. He was in the movie with Jet Li and DMX and all that stuff too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. I know you're talking about the Romeo Must Die movie. You talking about Jet Li?
No,
Is it
not
Jet?
Jet. I think
Not
that
Jet.
these were my two, but no, not Jet Li, but
Not Jet. I know what you're
that guy.
talking about. Yeah, yeah, I know what you because I've seen the
Had a
movies. But
voice.
yeah,
Had a voice.
yeah,
I was just watching stuff. I was watching stuff a couple nights ago where you know, uh,
yeah. I forget the
he,
name too, but I know the movie.
he was at their wars. He was at their wars, and Mr. Brown,
Yeah,
was making
yeah,
fun of his deep
mm,
voice and all that stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that guy, I think he is. I think he's something, man. He's
Mm,
something to watch.
okay,
And yeah,
all right,
if I was supposed to act, I would like to act next to
right,
him. You know what I mean?
right.
Because I I would like to sharp my karate skills as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
just by different stuff.
all right,
You know.
all right. All right, that's it, man. I appreciate you, taking your time to do this. Like almost an hour strong, so this was a long one. Before we close it out, I want to run through these comments. Got a couple of them. The guy Marky Dan tuned in with us. He just said, "Yo, he's speaking." Salute to Marky Dan. Says fright shocking. He says, "How you all doing? We doing good." And like just doing this long
Uh,
interview. So, uh, my guy Ryan Haney's tuned in. He says, "Great interview, guys. Appreciate Ryan Haney tuning in, rocking with us." And then my guy G5 Jeff CV, he says salute. So like salute to all those guys tuning in, watch it and they comment. So y'all appreciate all those guys again, man. Oh, and I appreciate you coming through. Appreciate all the knowledge. Appreciate everything that you shared. Anything that you want to say in closing?
Man, I appreciate the interview with you, man. Appreciate all the people that supported me over the years. The fan base, man. Love you guys. Hope you guys get a chance to see me one more time. If not, it's gonna be the health and wellness business. Like I said, you'll see it out there. We're posting stuff, we're doing stuff on social media. I'm doing stuff on social media a lot. as far as, health and wellness, longevity, it's all those good things, man. So I'm hoping to be talking to some of those people. Hope I can pull them in, start getting them to say, hey, let's start changing some lives a little bit. Let's start believing in ourselves and go at it. Use our God given talent.
Right. Yeah.
So make something.
Yeah. So give us your social media. I know you're on Facebook. I don't know if you're on like anywhere else, but just give us your social media.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
And I know I think I've got something on TikTok. I've got a TikTok page there as well.
Okay. All right.
And I think my Twitter page, I probably didn't delete it fully, but it's still there.
Okay.
I'm trying to get more out there on the social media platform now so I can, open up what's going on.
All right. Yeah. So y'all know where I'm at, man. Facebook, Todd Finney, Instagram, TikTok, the same name, The Legend 3347. And you guys, y'all just witnessed the 21st interview on the In This Corner podcast. On that note, we out. Peace.
Peace.